Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Mike Cho, Physical Therapist. Hey, today we've got a special guest in our little podcast. I got here with Francisco Padilla. He just graduated physical therapy assistant, and now he's working here at Paris, Tennessee. Francisco, tell us again, what's your journey? First, let's talk about you being a PTA. So, when did you graduate, man?
Let's see, I graduated in 2025 last year, Jackson State Community College.
Mm-hmm. Shout out Jackson
Yeah,
State.
shout out Jackson State, exactly. Students there, little teachers. Yeah, I went to college, UTSU, Bethel, went to college around a lot of places. Finished up Jackson State and just kind of went through that program.
So, who's our program director at Jackson State?
Yeah, Dr. Felicia.
Yeah, Dr. Ingram. I'm sorry, shout out Dr. Ingram. So that's where I first met you, right?
Yeah.
You had a little lecture there.
Yeah, in the background, yeah.
Yeah, and then so why PTA? Why did you do PTA?
I've always been interested in like the athletic aspect of the healthcare aspect. I always kind of want to help somebody, help people. And physical therapy, there's so many options, so many opportunities to just improve in your career. Like you can have certifications, add that to your resume, all these new things where other jobs like athletic trainer kind of stuck in a way. Physical therapists do the same thing they do. Everything's just a lot better in this aspect of the world.
You look like you work out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Love working out, all that aspects. And like we had a conversation a while ago, eventually I do want to go back to school, PT, that's,
there you go.
Future dream or goal of mine.
Sometimes all we need to do is just, we do SMART goals, the specific, measurable, attainable, realistic goal, but we also want to have BHAG goals, big, hairy, audacious goals. So you said Bethel, so you went to Bethel School?
I went to Bethel,
McKinsey?
Yeah, Bethel McKinsey for about a year. Let's get the prereqs done. It's a pretty good school, close to home, so I didn't have to buy an apartment or anything at the time. So
you live in McKinsey.
McKinsey, yeah, McKinsey.
Oh, wow. And then after that, you decided to do a PTA school in Jackson State.
Yeah. Went to Bethel to ETSU because I wanted to get out of McKinsey because it's such a small town. Loved it over there, a beautiful place. East Tennessee is. And then after that, I fell in love with physical therapy aspect, because I was majoring in kinesiology and all that.
PTSU, do they have a PT
They have a PT program. Yeah, that was
there?
actually the plan the whole long. I was going to go there, PT school, and then the doubts started hitting, when you start having doubts, can I get in? Am I smart enough for all that?
It's too far too, man.
It's a 6.5 hour drive, yeah.
Did I tell you we have a clinic in Kingsport?
I didn't know that. Yeah, I went to Kingsport.
Yeah, we have a clinic in Kingsport. Yeah, so on the way, one of our PT graduated at TSU.
Really?
Shout out to Dr. Casey. So she's our clinic director there at Kingsport. Anyway, so from Bethel, you went to ETSU and then came back to your Jackson State, and now you graduated, you passed the board.
Yep.
And then you're now here at GeriHab, man.
Exactly,
So what brought you to GeriHab or geriatric rehab?
Yeah, so I already have a lot of people here. Like Ainsley, graduated with her in the program.
Oh, really?
She was in the same class as I was, and then Holly, she was actually my CI in my first rotation.
Really? What clinic?
Campbell.
Campbell Clinic. Okay, yeah. Shout out to Campbell Clinic.
Yeah, and then Sway, of course, I always do Sway from Rock Steady Boxing.
Shout out to Sway, Rock Steady Boxing.
All that. So everybody here I already kind of knew, and then Terry, of course, just easy to get along with, just a great person.
Good. Speaking of Rock Steady, you know what? I don't know Sway yet, and I've been following her adventures in doing Rock Steady, and then now she's working with us too. So now that you're here, what's the next step, man? Are you planning to go back and do PT school?
Yeah, like I said, it's just like right now, I'm kind of getting my feet wet right now at the moment. Learning new things with everybody, helping me along. Just kind of trying to see, experience. I'm a hands-on learner, so hands-on learning things like visual, it's whatever, but hands-on is what I learn. And like I said, I do want to eventually, bridge into PT. Just, it'd be nice to have the doctor thing,
Yeah, there's a lot of bridge programs out there. Of course, there's the University of Memphis and Lambda. We talked about that earlier. And then the bridge program, of course, is somewhere in South College. There's one there too. But regardless of that, you already got your PTA degree. You can work while you're studying and finishing your undergrad. And anyway, enough of that. Let's go back to GeriHab. So now you're here in GeriHab, right? So you're seeing our seniors. What are the most common patients or cases you like to see?
Well, my caseload mainly consists of some stroke patients. I have a couple of those stroke patients. Hip surgeries, of course, with the hips, has most of them have generalized weakness as it is. So you cure the hip surgery part, but they still have the weakness part, and that's the biggest issue. Some of them have a lot of weakness in the hip, in the quads and whatnot. They can barely get some hip flexion for gait. So that's a big issue I'm working with at the moment. But other than that, it's mostly a lot of generalized weakness, a lot of neuro patients we work with. Balance issues is a big one that I'm a fan of. But everybody else has their own little niche of things they kind of specialize in. That seems to be my little niche.
There you go. Now. There you go. Well, what's one thing that you can share to aspiring PTAs out there or the students out there who wants to be a PTA? And
I mean, just find what you love. I mean, it's a job where if you don't love it, you're not going to be good at it. You're not gonna wake up every day and like, oh, I want to go to work. I don't want to go to work. It's something you want to, if you're spending all that time studying, all that money studying, do something you love, not something you're going to wake up every day saying, oh, I don't want to go to work. Just enjoy your day and take every day differently. One day you might mess up. One day you're going to see a whole caseload that you don't understand what's going on. And also ask questions. That's how you learn as a.
That's one thing I like that. In life. You can find, and you can make a lot of money in any other field, but this is one of the many jobs that you feel like you can be fulfilled because you get to help people. We may not make millions of money, someday we want, right?
Yeah.
But the goal here is you go out to a job and you get to help people and you see them improving, you see them getting better. And that's our ultimate goal, to help out people, to bring out the best in them by analyzing the movement patterns, analyzing how they're falling, analyzing how they're getting sick and stuff like that. How about your patients? Any special wisdom for your patients who are falling?
Yeah, I mean, just for you guys watching, this is like every day it's going to be different. I'm sure I told you this countless times. One day you're going to come in, they're like, oh, I don't feel like doing it. But you still came in. That's a big part of your therapy, coming in and doing the work, even when you don't feel like doing it. So I thank you guys for working with me and kind of just taking that hour, 30 minutes of your day and giving your absolute best, even though you don't feel like doing it.
Sometimes we just need an accountability.
Exactly.
Just going out there, and you got to be intentional. If you're a patient right now watching, there's a reason why we call it therapy. You come in here for physical therapy, and then you get an accountability person, accountability partner. I'm not religious enough. I'm not consistent enough to go to the gym. But if I have someone like Francisco here reminding me, hey, are you coming? Or hey, you need to do this, do that. It kind of gives you like some sort of an accountability partner. And I just had a recent surgery, and imagine if that doctor just didn't keep on calling me again and again. Hey, you got to get this surgery done. And then I'm like, okay, he's calling me. I need to do it. So again, thank you, Francisco. Any last parting wisdom for all the people out there?
Honestly, not so much. It is Easter weekend. Enjoy that. While you celebrate that. Good Friday. Eat some good food. Rest for the weekend. Do your exercises. For any patients watching this, do them at home. Don't forget about those. But other than that, just enjoy your life and take every day as it is.
Well, thank you again, Francisco. But before we let you go, always remember the word FAST. F-A-S-T. Letter F. 5 people that will bring out the best in you, because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with today. I hang out with Francisco. I feel like I want to work out again, right? Next letter is letter A. Take action. All the stuff that we're doing is not going to do me good. It's not even going to do Francisco good if you don't take action. Take action. Reach out to them. Your phone number here.
Yeah. If you want to reach out to me at all, put my phone number in there.
No, I mean
I recognize that at all.
Well, we'll put it up in the show notes. There, yeah. So, but you can call our general number 731-215-0199, or our fax number for referrals 1-800-559-7091. So, but we will put up the description here, our telephone number here in Paris, Tennessee, and of course, next letter is letter S. Share and subscribe. The more shares, the better. And then last but not least, letter T is teach it. Why? Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you actually teach it, like what Francisco is doing, you actually understand it more. Again, thank you very much. Be awesome, be great, be excellent. And we'll see you in the next episode of our GeriHab show.